I've just been sitting here doom scrolling, so I figured it's time to make a video. Hi, mama. Okay, I'm addicted to saying that. Every single time I start a video, I'm addicted to going, hi, mama. Anyways, this is another video of me talking because I don't have editing skills and I like talking. I was originally gonna just from a video diary, which like I do a lot personally. But I realized the main things I wanted to talk about were a film and a short story, and I was like, I can just do a media of the week. It's Saturday, like I can just do it. Usually I do these on Sunday. Doing it on Saturday. So first I'm gonna talk about the books I read, then the TV shows I'm watching, then the movies. So starting off with books, I read the first volume of Twilight Princess. I liked it. I was really excited when my, not my local library, but it's a library I have a card to, had this. I was like, because I've always wanted to read it, and I just never knew, like, where to get it. And they have a pretty good manga selection. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna read that. And I liked it. I'll continue it. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, I think it would have been a lot cooler if I liked Zelda. This is my first time really interacting with anything Zelda, and the main reason I like am curious about that world is just because I've heard about it a lot and it seems interesting. Also, Ethel Kane, you may know her, you may not know her. Either way, she's a baddie and she knows a lot about Zelda, and I'm like, well, if she knows a lot about Zelda and she's cool and gorgeous and beautiful, then I should know a lot about Zelda, because I also want to be cool and gorgeous and beautiful. Like this, definitely like was, I really have a hard time like with character names. It's the thing, I have really good comprehension skills. I like, for the most part, I've noticed my comprehension skills in the past couple weeks haven't been as good. But usually I have very good comprehension skills. I can read an entire book and recite lines and like stuff, and I can do that. I struggled with this. I struggled with the names, and the thing I usually struggle with most with my comprehension is names. I couldn't tell you a single person's name except Zelda and Link. And I'm sorry. And I hope you can forgive me for my atrocious crimes. It was good though. The vibes were good. I also have just been hating physical reading. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm spending too much time on the internet. I feel like I've been spending less time on the internet. I don't know why I'm so terrible at physical reading right now. But I am so bad at physical reading. This took me like 17 days. This took me like 17 days to finish. And the funny part is I finished half of it in one night. So it took me 17 days to read half of it. Or 16 days, I guess, to read half of it. And then another day to read the other half. So, hold on. Your balance on my water bottle. Not my water bottle, my water jar. I'm gonna get a sip. If you don't mind, I'm gonna get a sip of that good Buddha water. I've talked about this book a lot personally. This is one of my copies. I have 2 copies of this book. It's really cute though. The inside, this little baby photos, which I actually don't know if I should share on the internet. But they are really cute. Oh, it has a person's name. I can't pronounce that. I got this at the library bookstore. I want to get this whole series hardback. I have the 2 of the books hardback. I'd like to get the whole series. Anyways, this was a good book. This is probably my least favorite in the series. I feel like not a lot happened in this book. I will say Tibby's, like, this conclusion to her story was really good when, like, she helped. This isn't gonna make sense if you haven't read the book. I'm sorry. But Tibby's conclusion with, like, her helping Carmen's mom give birth was very cute. Very slay. Lena's, I always don't know how to say her name. Lena, and it's funny because I listened to the audiobook, so I should know how to say it. Again, I'm terrible with names. Lena, was probably my favorite. I really liked hearing about her being an artist and stuff. I really enjoyed that. Bridget's I hated. For I think obvious reasons. Get away from that man. That man is evil. Get away from him. And Carmen's was Jill. This was a very boy-centered one, and I'm afraid I've read the next one, and I know it's gonna be boy-centered as well. For like everyone except Carmen. And I don't like boy-centered books. So, good book though. Love the series. Love this series a lot. However, don't know if I love the boys. I wish the boys would go away. I'm so sorry about that noise. My neighbors are noisy. I hope you can't hear that. Okay, well, we're just rolling with the punches. I took a break. I'm watching 2 TV shows, and I took a break from both of them. To watch another TV show. I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's a rewatch. I might have to go inside. We're gonna go inside. There's one more book. I also read the short story The Yellow Wallpaper, which I like. Like, I like it. I feel like I'm not smart enough to understand it. I feel like I'm not smart enough to, like, get fully what's going on and, like, fully comprehend, like, what is happening. But it did creep me out. Like, any story about, like, a woman specifically going insane and, like, losing her mind because of, like, malpractice, because of, like, medical stuff, is horrifying. It's horrifying, and it's so scary, and it's awful, and it's horrifying, and it's terrible, and it's very scary. But it didn't, like, spook me. I actually read it before. That was a reread. I read it in, like, the 8th grade. I don't know if it was for a school thing or just because we wanted to read it, which, like, that's kind of an odd thing for 2 8th graders to just do, is read The Yellow Wallpaper. But knowing who I was in the 8th grade, I'm like, yeah, like, that's who I am as a person. And I read it with my best friend. She was home alone. Well, her parents weren't home. Her siblings were, but her parents weren't home. And we read it together, and we were, like, spooked. We were like, ooh, scary. But we totally didn't understand it at the time. We were like, I don't know what's going on. And that's kind of how I felt this time. I was like, I don't know what's going on. But it's cool. And the ending of her, like, creeping around, very spooky. Very spooky. Anyways, yeah. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, TV shows. I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and Teen Titans. Avatar I've watched before, but this is my first rewatch in 6 years. So, I finished season 1 last week, and I love the ending of season 1. This ending of season 1 is one of my favorite things in television ever made. I adore the ending in season 1. I absolutely love it. Like, I truly cannot, like, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm slow to continue season 2. I have the whole thing on DVD, so it's like I can take my time. But I'm slow to continue it simply just because, like, I don't know. I am. Like, I don't know. I really like the ending of season 1. I'm like, that's when it's at its best for me. So, but I'm excited for Zuko's redemption arc, and I'm excited to meet Toph again. I know who Toph is, but I'm excited to, like, meet her this watch through. The most recent episode I watched was the Secret Tunnel episode, which I love that episode. It is so good. Sokka carries in that episode. And Katara, I'm like, but Sokka is so funny in that episode. Secret Tunnel, like, it's so good. It's so good. Teen Titans, I'm slowly making my way through season 2. I like it, but it's not, like, I'm not obsessed. But I like it. I do really like this show. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. Tara got introduced. I'm on, like, episode, like, 9 or 10. So I only have a couple episodes left. But Tara got introduced, and I'm like, I don't really care about her. I don't really care about her. Like, she's cool, but she's, you know, so that's how I feel. But I actually am trying to finish season 4 of Ninja Turtles. Here's the plan for the Ninja Turtles. I want to finish season 4 by the end of this weekend. Am I going to be able to do that? I hope so. And then I'll watch season 5, like, once a week. I'll watch, like, a disc or, like, half a disc, because I'm watching it through the DVD. I have all the DVDs. I'll watch, like, the DVDs half a disc or a full disc, like, once a week, and then I'll hopefully be finished by, like, the very beginning of November. I want to be able to watch the Halloween episodes before Halloween, which are some of the last episodes. I'm excited for season 5. I'm nervous. I truly think it's going to be, like, and I already am struggling with season 4, but season 1 and season 2 are, like, season 2 is so good, and so is the farm era. Like, season 1 to the farm era is peak television. Everything after that, though, I'm like, I'm not in love. I'm not in love. I watched 2 movies. I watched Scooby-Doo Meets Courage the Cowardly Dog straight out of nowhere, and I finally watched The Last Unicorn. We're mainly going to talk about The Last Unicorn, but let me talk about the Scooby-Doo movie. I have an obsession with Scooby-Doo movies. I love them. They mean everything to me. I watch them way more than a 19-year-old should. Sorry, my therapist would yell at me for saying that. Then I don't think other 19-year-olds are watching Scooby-Doo nearly as much as I am, is what I'm trying to say. I don't care. I love these movies. They're so good. They're so good and so incredible and so delicious. I love them a lot. They're very funny. This one was good. It wasn't, like, my favorite ever, but it was good. I am glad I watched it. It was a classic Scooby-Doo. I have mixed feelings about Courage the Cowardly Dog. I feel like he's kind of a freak. I feel like the whole show is just kind of weird. It creeps me out, which I know is kind of the point. It's like supposed to be like a freaky show, and I like a freaky show. Like Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is one of my favorite shows. Gravity Falls is really good. I would argue that 2012 TMNT is a freaked out show. Like it is a freaky show. Like there's just always like the amount of times I've been like, is this a Halloween special? And I Google it and it's like, nope, that's just the Ninja Turtles for you. And I've been like, okay, well, good to know. But Courage the Cowardly Dog is like a little too free. Like the show genuinely gives me the heebie-jeebies in a way I don't know if I'd enjoy. However, they're selling the like box set for very cheap at Walmart, and I'm like, if I were to get a box set right now, that I'd get Teen Titans. Like, I really want Teen Titans, but it's just, I'm like, Courage, you're so cheap. Like, let me cop you, but also, you freak me the fuck out, dude. Like, you really scare me. Like, you genuinely, like, I'm spooked by you. Like, I'm spooked out. It's just a weird show. I know that's the point. I get it. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm a weird girl. Look at my room. Look at my cow painting. Like, I'm a freak too, but this show gives me the heebie-jeebies. However, that French duck is the funniest character in an animated television show I have seen in a long time. And I love him, and he reminds me of the one French soccer player, like, what's the Mbappe special? For example, nothing. He reminds me of him, and so now every time I see that duck, I'm gonna be like, oh, what's the Mbappe special? For example, nothing. And I'm gonna imagine the duck saying it, and I want someone to animate the duck saying that. Where's my water? Not the point. Anyways, will I ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog? If I can face my fears, then yes, I will. I don't know if I ever will be able to. It's just a weird show. But this was cute. This was cute. My library, like, I have beef with my library because they do not have, like, the best selection of Scooby-Doo movies. They're not that good. So I've been avoiding the ones they have because I don't think I'd like them, but I finally picked one up and I'm glad I did. Okay, The Last Unicorn. This is not a library DVD. The reason it has this is because I swapped out the cases. So now it looks like it was a library DVD, which I feel like gives it charm. And it has a Ninja Turtle disc in it, which I was supposed to swap out the disc. I didn't. I'm sorry. This is a very, very... Why is there a hair on her? Is that my dog's hair? Okay, this is a very good movie. This is one of my top 10 movies of the year, which you're like, what are some of your top 10 movies of the year? Three Scooby-Doo movies, Gotham by Gaslight, and Twitches. Because I'm a woman of culture. This is a really good movie. I was obsessed with this movie as a kid, but I never actually watched it. I would just watch clips of it on YouTube because I had nowhere to watch it because I didn't have Netflix at the time. And then when I got Netflix, I just didn't watch it, I guess. I don't know. I guess I didn't watch it. But this is a very good movie. I loved it a lot. I feel weird saying niche because it's truly not. It's more niche now, I feel, but like it wasn't back then. Like early 2000s, but this is older than early 2000s. I don't know when this was made. I don't know. 1982. So it's usually like early 2000s to like the 80s. But like children's high fantasy movies. Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King is a great example of this. That's an amazing children's high fantasy movie. That is incredible. I love that movie. That is such a good movie. Other good examples are like the animated Lord of the Rings, I feel like would be really good for this. Or like Willow. I'm gonna watch Willow soon. I'm really excited. I'm gonna watch Willow soon. So Twitches is like not as a good example because I want it to be animated, but like Twitches, those vibes kind of. I'm trying to look over the Tinkerbell movies kind of, but I wouldn't call the Tinkerbell movies high fantasy. Anyways, like a high fantasy children's movie that's animated is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I love those types of movies. I think they're so fun. They don't necessarily have to be in. Princess Bride is also like a good example of this. But like, do you get like the vibe I'm curating? Like that type of vibe is like extremely whimsical and fun to me. And the reason I watched this, I was watching this beautiful girl do beautiful makeup, and she was so whimsical, and I was like, I need to up my whimsy. My dog's barking. He's still barking. I need to up my whimsy, so I watched The Last Unicorn, and it was really fun. But yeah, that's everything. I really love this. I really love this movie. Genuinely, like, I'm thinking about it nonstop. Like, I want to watch it again. I loved it so much. The Wizard was probably my favorite character. I really liked him. Again, I don't know anyone's name. I loved her. She was really cool. Loved the prince, and obviously loved the unicorn. She was awesome. Hated him. Awful. Hated the Red Bull. Awful. Really enjoyed this movie. Like, I am utterly obsessed, so. But I need to go watch something. Because I just finished the Yellow Wallpaper. I'm in the mood to watch something. So I think I'm going to go watch the Ninja Turtles because I have to finish season 4. And I'm on episode 15. There's 26 episodes. So I'm going to go. Okay. Goodbye.